Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're literally plugging into the incredible high-speed network that runs your whole body, your nervous system. We're going to figure out how you can snatch your hand away from a hot stove in a fraction of a second, often before your brain even has a chance to register the pain.
All right, so here's our game plan. We're going to start with the big picture, the body's wiring. Then we'll meet the neuron, figure out its chemical handshake, check out the central command, and finally, put it all together with a reflex arc to see how those lightning-fast reactions actually work. First up, let's talk about the body's wiring. And to really get this, let's think about something we've all done, something that honestly feels kind of like a superpower. So how does that work? Why are reflexes so fast that you pull away before you even feel the ouch? Well, that incredible speed, it's not magic. It's a built-in survival kit, basically. It's designed to make you act first and think later, to keep you safe. And to understand it, we've got to zoom way in and meet the basic building blocks of this whole system. Which brings us right to our next section, and to the absolute star of the show, the basic unit of the nervous system, the nerve cell. You've probably heard of it. It's called a neuron. So what is a neuron? Well, the best way to picture it is just like a tiny biological wire. And get this, you have something like 100 billion of them in your body. Every single one is carrying these little electrical zaps, these messages that are just flying from one place to another. And what's so cool is how its shape is perfectly suited for its job. I mean, it's long and skinny so it can stretch across distances, and see those branched ends? That's so one cell can pass its message onto a bunch of others super efficiently. It's really a little masterpiece of engineering. Okay, so if neurons are like wires, how do they connect? You'd probably guess they're just, fused together, right? But nope. There's actually a tiny little gap that every single message has to cross. That gap has a name. It's called a synapse. And this is where things get really interesting. See, that electrical signal, it can't just leap across empty space, no way. So the message has to literally change its form to make it to the other side. And here's how it does it. It's this brilliant little conversion process. The electrical impulse gets to the end of one neuron, and bam, it triggers the release of these special chemicals. These chemicals then just kind of float across that tiny gap, and when they hit the next neuron, they spark a whole new electrical impulse. The message just keeps on going. So this really shows you the two-part nature of every single nerve signal. Think about it. It's electrical when it's racing down the length of the wire, the neuron itself. But then, to get across the gap, it becomes chemical. It's like a quick chemical handshake to pass the baton to the next runner in the relay. All right, so we get the messengers. Now let's zoom out a bit and look at the headquarters, the command center for this whole operation. The Central Nervous System, or CNS. This is it, the big boss, your brain and your spinal cord. This is where all the, thinking and decision-making happens. The CNS is constantly taking in this flood of information from your senses, figuring out what it all means, and then sending out the orders to the rest of the body. But, the CNS can't do it all on its own. It's got two special types of messengers it relies on. You've got your sensory neurons. Think of them like spies or field agents. They're out there gathering intel, like temperature or pressure, and sending it back to headquarters. Then, once a decision is made, you've got your motor neurons. These guys are the couriers, carrying the orders from the CNS out to your muscles and glands, telling them exactly what to do. Okay, let's put it all together now. We've met the neurons, we know about the synapse, we've seen the central command. It's time. Let's solve the mystery from the beginning. That crazy fast reflex. So what's the secret? How is it so fast? Well, it uses a special high-speed pathway called a reflex arc. And its biggest trick, its secret weapon, is that it completely bypasses the brain. For those really dangerous moments, sending the signal all the way up to the brain and waiting for a decision, it's just too slow. This is a life-saving shortcut. Let's walk through it with the pinprick example. So, boom, the pin touches your skin. That's the stimulus. Right away, a sensory neuron fires a message straight to your spinal cord. Now here's the shortcut. In the spinal cord, a quick little relay neuron passes the message directly to a motor neuron. That motor neuron then zips a command right back out to your bicep muscle, that's the effector, and tells it, contract, now! And just like that, you pull your hand away. It all happens before your brain even knows what's going on. It is a perfect, automatic, protective loop. It really makes you think though, right? If reflexes are happening without us thinking about them, what else is going on? I mean, your breathing, your digestion, your heart beating, All of it is run by this amazing system, constantly working in the background. It's kind of mind-blowing to realize just how much incredible stuff is happening inside of us every single second completely automatically.